When immigrants are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back.
When immigrants are under attack, what do we do? What do we do?
We're in an incredible urgent moment. Across the country, we're seeing unprecedented level of funding for ICE, leading to more frequent and violent immigration raids. And Massachusetts is not immune. Just this year, we've seen children detained, families torn apart, and communities living in fear.
Because it looks like we became a number. But here in Massachusetts, we're not a number. We are humans, and no human being is illegal. And we will hear from Marcelo Gomes, an 18 years old student from Milford High School, who was detained by ICE on his way to volleyball practice. Marcelo, please everyone welcome Marcelo.
What I've learned from these past couple of months is that our words aren't working anymore. So to see people come all out here, like you guys are all so special, and I hope you all know that. Genuinely. Woo! To take action and try to make the country a better place is always so beautiful to see. What kind of hurts me at the moment is that there's a lot of people in my town, and I bet in a lot of other towns as well. Us teenagers have to work a little extra harder to take care of our town. Me personally, there's this little girl that lives in my house right now. She's 10 years old because her dad got taken from ICE, and her mom is the only one in the house that can work. So she's by herself, and every day after school she comes home and she asks me, "Oh, do you know if my dad's gonna come back?" And I don't even like. All I do is just hang out with her. I treat her nicely because I don't really know what to say, because no one really knows what's going to happen to her dad or what's going to happen to all these people. But like I said, the fact that you guys are all here making a move and trying to make this place better, it makes me so happy.
Because as the testimony before me has so eloquently said, Marcel and others, the people who are being affected here are people who are family members, children, mothers, fathers. We are separating families and affecting people in a way that is decidedly not in keeping with the Gospels. So it's wrong, and it's wrong on so many different levels. And I think that's fundamentally why many of us gather here today, because it is wrong and it's so contrary to our faith. That's the first and most important reason I'm here today.
I am an immigrant. I was born in Brazil, and I came here, and prior to being a state representative, I wasn't documented for 9.5 years. I understand the fear well. And let me tell you, by standing here together today, we are ensuring our immigrant brothers and sisters that no, what is happening is not right. What is happening does not make them an inconvenience to our community, does not make them prey to be hunted, and it gives them the security, it gives them this breathing room to be able to attend school normally, to be able to run their businesses. We are hurting. This is not just an immigrant issue. This is affecting the economic development of our towns. This is affecting our school districts. This is affecting our local businesses. This is affecting our day-to-day lives. This is affecting our collective mental health.
As a proud son of immigrants, that we need to stand up for them at a time in which we have a lawless federal government who is coming into our community and tearing our families apart. And that must end. But that also means that as a state, as local municipalities, that we have to stand up and be willing to say that we will not lend a hand to ICE to tear apart our communities. Instead, we will send a message of true public safety, that regardless of your documentation status, that you can come to a local police department and report a crime without the fear of being deported. Just 3 weeks ago, I joined my community in Salem and 400 people at the ICE facility in Burlington to join a constituent, Blanca, who has been in this country, in her country, for 30 years. She's medically fragile. She's a Christian. She escaped persecution to come here, and she built a business that supported and uplifted women out of poverty. And unfortunately, Blanca had to live with the same fear that so many of our immigrants have to live with. That regardless of the fact that they're doing the right thing, they're showing up to their appointments, and they are members of our community, at any time, ICE could come and rip them away from the only home that is truly theirs. And that's not right. And that's why I'm calling on my colleagues to understand that the fabric of our Commonwealth was built by immigrants, and that we have to do something this session to stand up for them.
And by the way, the guy in the Oval Office talks about families all the time, family values. But he's fine with breaking up families all across America. He's fine with breaking up families, taking children, like Arthur in my own community in Everett, from their family and bringing them down to Virginia with no contact from his family or friends, a 13-year-old minor. This is what our country has become under this guy in the Oval Office.
Like other universities across the United States, UMass Boston has increasingly attracted students and faculty from around the world to study and work and make their lives in Massachusetts. Now, these members of our community have been issued visas and sometimes green cards and pathways to American citizenship. But being so-called legal does not make them safe. The federal government's exercise of surveillance and scrutiny through ICE is the threat of arrest and deportation of visa and green card holders in our places of work, on the street, or from our homes, doing the very work that is rooted in a vision for and has produced the excellence of our universities. It is designed to terrorize and to divide and silence our communities.
This year, the State House, thanks to the work of so many of our incredible champions, made the bold decision to allocate $5 million in funding to support a new immigration legal services program to ensure that more of our Massachusetts neighbors and coworkers have access to legal services if they are arrested by ICE. Everything changes when folks have the ability to have counsel representing them. With a counsel, anyone going into immigration court, the statistics show, they are 5 times more likely to be successful at winning their case and winning the right to remain here in this country. Not everyone is going to win their case, but with an attorney, they have a fair chance. We are grateful to our state leaders for funding this program for the first year, but we want to call on them to renew this funding and make this a permanent program by passing the Immigrant Legal Defense Act. Woo! Woo! Our Massachusetts neighbors deserve a fair chance in court.